So yesterday I had a little bit more challenging day. Ever since I started the program on Monday, I battled a little bit more with eating disorder thoughts. Ever since I came back home from treatment 2 years ago, I worked really hard, and I encountered some slips and lapses, and I navigated them at home and got on top of them. And up until very recently, I got to the point where I felt so much freedom like I've never had in my entire life. Freedom around food. I felt so free, and it was such an amazing feeling, such an amazing place to be. Something I never thought I would ever encounter. And so, heads up to anybody in recovery, it is 100% possible. Persistency and hard work and being diligent, it absolutely is possible to get to the point where eating disorder thoughts just diminish, and you get such a sense of freedom. And of course, it doesn't mean that you're not going to encounter some setbacks. Like I said, I did over the last 2 years, but it's just par for the course. It's all part of it. And you just keep at it, and you get to this amazing place where things peak, and then they just kind of chatter in the background eventually. So something happened, and my road took a dark turn, and I found myself full-blown relapse like I haven't had in 2 years. And I was knee deep in all the behaviors and all the thoughts, and we quickly noticed that this is not something I can get a handle on at home with the understandably limited support that I have at home. And before coming back from treatment, we had an understanding with the team that 2 weeks in eating disorder behavior, that means higher level of care. And it really makes a lot of sense now, because I knew there was no way that I am getting a handle over it. And I knew where my eating disorder will take me if I don't nip it at the bud. Because with my brain, black and white, and my rule-following brain, it's very difficult for me to stop and to break the rules. And once it start going down the eating disorder rules, I knew where it's going to go, and I can't afford it. None of us can afford it. So I did the right thing, and I reached out for more support, and the responsible thing, with the intention to get a few weeks under my belt, support out of the house with consistent eating again. And my body, it happens very quickly with heavy restriction. It lost its cues, fullness cues, very confused again, when to eat, how much to eat, wanting to keep on restriction routes. It's very confusing, and you forget very quickly. So I needed consistency in meal times, and kind of a little bit of support in helping finish the meals, and support with a dietitian. It's going to help me figure out what I need now. So they placed me in PHP, and which is pretty high level of care. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I don't think I need that much. I just need some, 2-3 weeks of a little bit more support. And so yesterday, those thoughts started to kind of play in my mind. And And I found myself thinking, oh, I'm not sick enough, which is very common for people that are going through an eating disorder, to think, especially before going to treatment. Even before I went to res, when my condition was very bad, I kept thinking, I'm not sick enough, I don't deserve help. Really, is it that bad? So it's very common. And with me being in such a good condition, just not too long ago, I kept playing in my mind, well, and I knew like the relapse was boomed, just like that, 100% knee deep. So it was very quick and very extreme very quickly. So I have no doubt, I mean, nobody has any doubt that I need the extra support, but my eating disorder is kind of playing, it has all these planting doubts in my mind. And I find myself again yesterday thinking, oh, do I really need that high level of care? It's other people here are coming from residential and they've been here for whatever long, and I don't need that much. I'm like, I don't belong here, and maybe they're gonna think here that I just wanted to come in and have their food, or really thoughts that just don't make any sense for anybody else. But the eating disorder, like the imposter syndrome, I'm not sick enough, and seriously, PHB, I'm not supposed to eat so fast. And I started the program with the intention to get back home as soon as possible, again, to nip it at the bud so it doesn't get out of hand, so I can come back home within a few weeks. And I have no intention to stay any longer. Just need to get the consistency. I just need to get back to my equilibrium of eating again. And so to do the right thing as fast as possible, no messing around, not letting my eating disorder come in the way. It's there, but the chatter was louder. No, you're not supposed to do it so fast. You're not supposed to eat. It's PHB, it's very high level of care. Why should you eat? Why should you start eating so fast? That's not allowed. We need to stretch it out. That's how it plays in the back of my mind. And then I'm sitting at the dining room with people who are struggling to finish their food. And I've been doing pretty well since the beginning of the program. And then I'm sitting with these people yesterday, which is, part of the program. That's what people are struggling with. So I'm sitting there with the thoughts, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to eat so fast. Like, I'm not supposed to eat. That's what the eating disorder is telling you. And I find myself struggling again, and my eating disorder is putting the brakes on eating, and eating is becoming this thing I'm not supposed to do. Not so fast. We're not struggling enough, and we can keep going. And I know where it goes, and that we can keep going. That's how it got me to 3 years of not eating. So I did the second right thing yesterday. I talked to Ron about it. I shared these thoughts with the clinicians yesterday, and just kind of put it out there. And that's the good thing about practicing. All the practices around recovery, including mindfulness, practicing kind of zooming out and observing your thoughts. And it gives you more control over the narrative. And yeah, the eating disorder chatter is going to be at the back of your mind, but you can look at it from kind of a zoomed out perspective and see, okay, this is what it's telling me. I can choose to go a different route. So I talked about it and I put it out there. And I pushed through, and but it was challenging. And starting today with and I did the right thing yesterday. I really did, and I was very proud of myself, and I intend on keep on going. And again, just quieting that chatter down. The more I eat consistently, the more my body gets the cues back. I look forward to that, and I look forward to finishing the program as soon as possible and coming back home. So on my way to the next day, and hoping for a better day today. And yeah, sending everybody lots of love, and hope for a wonderful day for everybody.